Hello everybody and welcome to Guys on Gaffr. We are four guys, or in today's case three guys, who are fantasy football addicts, and we are here to chat all things Gaffr. It's been a little while since we've been with you, probably about 3 weeks now, because we missed a week, and then we recorded a Super League pod that wasn't released because there was no sound. So it's been a little while, but it's really good to be back. And today I am joined by David and Abhishek, but no Spencer. So how are you guys doing?
Yeah, doing all right. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm
very
fine.
well.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Yeah,
It's also good to have an international break. I think I'm ready for like a little break
yeah, a
from
little
fantasy
break.
Yeah.
football. When we
Yeah,
Same.
play so many
it
fantasy
didn't
games.
end. It didn't end well. We certainly didn't want this. We don't want that international break to be in a happy mood. But after the performances in the FPL Premier League, uh, I'm not in a mood to talk about FPL for at least 10 days.
Yeah, it was a crazy week, wasn't it? I did
Yeah,
alright. I got a green arrow, so I was quite happy in that sense. But
yeah,
yeah, and I guess it's an interesting time for the fantasy football community with what's been going on with the fantasy football
yeah,
hub stuff. So yeah, if you're not aware of that yet, do be changing
yeah.
your passwords if you've got any
Passwords and all. Yeah,
websites that you've used the same password from fantasy football hub. Let's not talk too much
yeah,
about that. It's a very sad situation, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Let's hope that it doesn't escalate more. For the past few days, it has been escalating. Hell, I in my Discord account was also got hacked. So
mm,
it's not a is funny. It's not a situation to be good feeling that we'll be talking about also, because everyone is whatever the hub guys are doing. Certain amount of work has been put into that. Yeah,
yeah.
some mistakes have been done also with them, so that the logins back-end work, they have been lagged behind. That's why so many of the accounts got hacked, which is a shame. So I properly hope that they fix that one pretty quickly,
Yeah,
because it's not yeah, it's not easy, because you are in a good position in your fantasy Premier League game as of now, and certainly it gets hacked. It derails you, and it also questions you, because all things are online this nowadays.
mm,
If one
Mm.
gets hacked, it reciprocates to the other things as well. So hopefully those guys tie up their loose ends quickly.
yeah. It's just a very tough situation. My hearts do go out to them, to
Yeah,
the guys at Hub, because they provide, they've provided such good content, and I've subscribed to them. But yeah, I know mistakes have been made. Anyway, hopefully we'll be able to move past this. Let's move on to some happier topics.
yes, yes, yes.
So in today's episode, we're going to obviously go through our teams like usual, and then we're going to talk about we're going to talk about striker options other than the kind of main four that everyone seems to have at the moment. Kind of what differential striker picks are potentially out there in the coming weeks. We'll talk a bit about team structure as well. Where should we be putting most of our money? And then we've got some questions that we'll be answering at the end. So let's talk about our teams from
Yes.
game week 11. The first one is mine, actually. So I got 72 points this week, which was okay. It was a one place red arrow. So my rank's taken a bit of a beating the last few weeks since we last recorded. I was in and around the 60 mark, and then game weeks 9 and 10 weren't that great at all, to be honest. So I'm now outside the top 100. But yeah, I was quite pleased with this week. Although when you hear my transfers, you'll be surprised I'm so upbeat. I sold my guy Viktory, who I brought in before everyone else, and I also sold Morgan Gibbs-White for
Yeah.
Ben Brereton Diaz and Harry Cornick. Now it sounds really bad on the surface, but I haven't calculated the points change, but I haven't lost out very much. In fact, I may even have broken even, because the reason basically why I wanted Ben Brereton Diaz was because I wanted a captaincy option. I was looking at my team and I could have gone for Mitrovic, but Coventry are great at home, and I think I just looked at Brereton Diaz and I was like, I want him. I want to captain him this week. And I was deliberating whether to sell Solanke or Gyökeres. I wasn't sure who. Obviously went for Victor instead of Solanke. But if I hadn't have captained Brereton Diaz and brought him in, I think I would have captained Mitrovic, so I would have lost out on those captaincy points anyway. So the points that I lost from selling Victor are made up through captaincy, so I don't particularly mind. So across the rest of the team, defence are all kind of getting 1/2 clean sheets. So Lumley, Zamora, Townsend and Flint, who came off the bench for Malone. Harry Wilson, Willock, both picking up a bit of performance bonus. Nick Powell, really pleased with him since I brought him in. I think he's scored in both games. 12-pointer. Cornick still managed to get performance bonus, 4 performance bonus. So he got 7 points anyway, so that was good. Only 1 less than Gibbs White. Then Solanke, Brereton, captain, and Mitrovic vice captain. So yeah, I'm happy with where my team's at. Willock's the kind of biggest issue, and Malone if he's still out after the break. So I'll be looking to get rid of them. But I'm pretty happy with the state of my team at the moment. So hopefully we'll get up into the top.
Yeah. Before you move on, did you use a boost this week?
No boost. I've been out of boosts for a little while actually. Yeah. So yeah, that hasn't helped the rank actually because there's been a lot of away days and stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the next person, I think that's Abhishek. Yes.
Okay, so as you guys can see, I played the away days this weekend. So it fetched me 96 points. So I was pretty happy about it. But because all the 11 guys that I played this weekend were away players, and actually my transfers were Lumley and Lowe of Nottingham Forest. We will talk about Nottingham Forest quite a bit, because see, as of now they are becoming the new Swansea of last season. So I'm very much so much. I could have gone for Spence as well, the other wingback combination of Forest, but I end up with Lowe as well. I was pretty much disappointed because he was so close to a return. Every time, whatever highlights I have watched, he was bombing up and down, and he was so close to a return. So with the away days playing, you get twice the returns the players scored on that weekend. So Lowe fetched me a handy 16 points. I have Gibbs White, which was nice to see. Even in a loss, he scored a goal, and seemingly for Sheffield United, he's the guy, I think, apart from Billy Sharp, to get some returns even if Sheffield United lose a match. If they win, that's a bonus, I think, as of now, because they're not looking good defensively. So he fetched me a nice 16 points. Lord Swift once again ticking along with the returns. I think he got an assist.
I think it's just bonus actually.
Bonus.
I don't think he got an assist. Might be wrong. I don't remember that though.
Reading won by 1 goal, the odd goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just performance bonus 3.
That's the thing with Swift. It's annoying. He just gets performance bonus even when he blanks. It's like Adam Armstrong last season.
Yeah, and Ben Berriton Diaz were my forward. So he scored 9 points actually. 9 or 13 points. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, 9 times 2. Yeah.
9. So yeah, 18 points. And these 4 are my main contributors towards my score. The rest of the team, I got 8 points from Townsend, 6 points from Laird. Robinson did nothing for me apart from the odd. He did nothing. Mitrovic did nothing. Thomas did nothing. I brought in Lumley as my other transfer, and the ridiculous goal he conceded in an away day, I was pretty much happy. As of up till that point, I was pretty much happy with my score. Yeah, it will be touching 100 points. Yeah, then I see the Lumley own goal, and I am. How the hell did it?
You're lucky that there are no points deducted for own goals. It's only on the performance bonus.
Yeah,
so.
I was so afraid that we would get like another goal and it's like minus times 2 and something.
Yeah. Nope, you're all right.
Yeah, that's one of blemish that I have. I didn't expect it from Lumley because he was ticking along nicely with all those save points and the half clean sheets. But the own goal cost me a half clean sheet point and some bonus as well, because if it stays that way,
Was he on
it would have
bonus?
been something. I think he got like 3 or 4 saves on the game, because Middlesbrough was ridiculous. Do, did they win or actually not? I didn't know. Just after Lumley conceded, I stopped watching them.
Okay.
No, there is no point. No point in watching. I don't. So it was nice to see that when I logged in, they Lumley scored 6 points because I didn't clock that he had a half clean sheet. But yeah, that was my away days. 96 minus 4, so it comes down to 92. And actually, in the last 2 weeks, as Joel said that you got down, I got up quite a bit. I was on the lowly ranks of 600 places. In the last 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, may I say, I have jumped exactly 500 places.
Very good.
And
Very
yeah,
good.
Wow.
500 places. And
Is that just the
I
one
can
boost or two? Is that two
no
boosts?
two boosts,
Yeah.
two boosts because
Oh, Jeepers
so
Keepers. Yeah, you played Jeepers Keepers, didn't
yeah,
you?
cheaper keepers I played on 9 and away days in 11. So as we were saying in Gafford, if you play boosts right time at, if you will be rewarded with handsome points.
Yeah.
And
It's brilliant.
the last game week 10, it was a very good interest return for me because I got 120 points with one hat trick and two brace as well from Berrettini and Mitrovic. So that helped me half my rank from I was in 420th place in after game week 9, and then after 10 it literally halved my place. I thought I got 240 something places I jumped. So even if you did not hit boosts, it if the returns are in your favor, then it will be very much fruitful or favorable to you. Otherwise, boosts really help us. Apart from that, this game, unlike FPL, this game has certain amounts of small things that helps us to make a big score in the end. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's my game week as of now. So after uh, after 2 weeks, I am quite close to you guys as of
Yeah, you're
now.
back
So
up
it
there now.
will be a good finish towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I
And you
guess we were
have
always thinking that once
yeah.
game week 15 is over, that's like quite a good indication of your rank because everyone's
Yeah.
played the three boosts. But
And
it's huge
also
opportunities for gains.
the main thing now is that I have all my boosts. I have used all my boosts. So it's game week 11 now. So 12, 13, 14, 15. 4 game weeks I have to manage my rank now because a lot of guys have boosts, one boost minimum left,
I
and
think
most
most
of
have
them,
played them actually. I think there will be there will be a few still, but I would say the
yeah.
majority have probably played them all now. I don't know, maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, no. Whatever conversation I had on Twitter seemed to suggest that they have something because whatever guys
okay,
I was talking in the Grapha group chat, they said no, I have one left, I have
okay,
one left.
fair.
So
Hmm.
I don't know the exact amount, but I think 30 to 40% of the game guys I think have left one boost at least,
Okay,
not two. Two is very few, but I think
that's a
one
shame.
boost is yeah. So I think I need to whoever I have no boost, so I think I need to manage, and whoever doesn't have any boost, you need to manage in the sense that you need sensible picks, not punts. Punts in not works now because yeah, if you see some sort of points that yeah I want to help. I want to boost my rank. He seems like good players, good fixtures. Then all right, but punch time has now gone. I think if you don't have any boost, at least to me, I don't know about you guys, but at least to me, it feels like it's not fun time. I need to have to save rank. I may be wrong
Hmm.
in that because certain managers have different approaches. So
I think you're
yeah,
right
that
actually,
was
because like
yeah,
last week you captained Mitrovic when no one else did in our like groups and stuff,
yeah,
and you get a big boost. So
yeah,
going safe isn't always like a bad thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Should
yeah.
move on to
That's
your
crazy.
team now, David. You
Yeah,
also played a boost this week.
I did. I also played away days, and it went better than I expected in terms of rank, because like I was thinking like, oh, so much things went wrong, and like didn't get any clean sheets and stuff, but suddenly I got like a game week rank of 20.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
it was and now I'm up to I was like on a big red arrow spree actually. last couple of weeks from like I was 69th in game week 5, and then I went all the way down to 145th. And this week I went 103 places up to 41.
Very
so that's nice.
Oh.
Very nice.
That's very nice.
So yeah, it was a good week for me, and one of the big reasons was I followed my heart and got the man, the myth, legend, Synchronagle back in my
Brought
team.
him back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
top
think you
scorer in
sold
my
him
team.
like the last pod, didn't you? And then you've had a couple of game weeks since then, and then you brought him back just so you've owned him like every pod almost. Or had you sold him
Yeah.
last pod? I can't remember.
I was losing faith in was it Houghton or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. They was playing so bad, and
Yeah.
then I was as well as like last week he got like 2 assists and something, and just thought like, man,
That's it.
I just have to get him back. So he got on the way list. He got 28 points. Pretty nice.
That's nice.
Very good. He got 2 assists in the game and lots of bonus points. So yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I also got in low as the same as you, Abhishek. He got 16 as you said, and Diaz, Burton. Yeah, but I was like thinking through the week like all the things I could have been, because I had a big decision where I was going to trust the West Bromwich defense, or think that Powell would just like score past them. And
Yeah.
guess what I decided.
There's a very noticeable player first sub on that
Yeah.
screenshot.
Yeah.
Oh, it just stares at me still. Like 12 points, man. So much. So yeah, and I was like, I had hope because Laird, the defender for Swansea, he didn't start the game,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
and he came on like in the 60th minutes. So I was just checking like, oh, please don't come on. I need those points. But he actually got like the second half clean sheet still because he came on so early. So it was just like 6 points loss total.
That's
So,
not too bad. Yeah.
but it still feels bad, you know.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I hate leaving points on the bench. Happens far too often.
Yeah, it's like he's like the Willock of the earlier season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that. Yeah.
It happens so much.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
Two
yeah.
times I benched Villa, 2 times he scored 10 points plus.
Yeah, I
Ridiculous.
had one of those as well.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you have so much good value options in the game, so
Yeah.
it's bound to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, overall very happy and glad to be back in top 50 actually. That's crazy.
Nice. Very good.
How much you scored in total?
118 points minus 8, so 100.
That's nice.
It's a lot better than us game week 5 away days people. It's good.
Yeah, I was having so much FOMO that week. Like everyone's
Yeah.
playing away this, and then I just saw like it went pretty
And then
bad. So
there were plenty of people who didn't play a boost that beat me. I got 73 points that week. It
Yeah,
was bad.
that hurts.
It was very bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I think that's me.
Yeah.
But you could even also say you've been a little unlucky in that Fulham didn't perform, because one of the big advantages of playing in
Yeah.
Game Week 11 is it's the week where you can have the Fulham players playing away and all the other good assets as well. And they were rubbish, so...
Yeah, Metris
Yeah.
1 point times 2. What's the deal with that? That's the same amounts of points like as Thomas. You'd be he's like 3 times more expensive. It feels like. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a disappointment.
Mm.
I never seem to catch Fulham at the right time.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
just
captain
I see them
Mitchell sometimes.
performing badly one week and then just think, yeah, I'm not catching them next week, and then they score a hat trick. Like so.
Yeah, me
How
too.
do you clock these things?
I didn't captain him or vice captain him for his hat trick in Game Week 10, which
Me
was
neither.
very annoying. Very annoying. But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about
Yes.
strikers, because I think it's fair to say if you go through like all of the top 200 teams, that probably about 90% of teams have got 3 of Mitrovic, Solanke, Brereton Diaz, and Viktor Gyökeres at the moment. I feel like that template's formed over the last few weeks with the emergence of Gyökeres and Brereton just smashing it every week, it seems, and Solanke ticking over and Mitrovic being Mitrovic. So, you know, it's quite hard to break away from those 4 at the moment. But obviously, things change very quickly in fantasy football. People who are very popular one week are gone the next, whether it's due to poor performances or injuries or something like that. So let's talk about kind of alternative options. I don't know if you guys have like a couple of names or people that you think could provide good opportunities to have a differential in your teams, in your forward line. Does anyone want to go first?
Yeah, I can. I'm just looking at it now, and there are some players that are surprised are like so high up the lists, even though there's like a big drop off from Mitrovic and Victor to like, yeah, 50, 60 points from 104. But yeah, the first one I'm seeing that is like not as expensive as Mitrovic and Solanke is Grant for West Brom. He he's not up there like with the top four, but he's the fifth most high scoring player, and he's playing for West Brom. So you're kind of bound to get some goals from him. But yeah, that's one. And Anthony for Bournemouth, 6.2 million. He's not far off the top either. And I also saw one name that brings back good memories for me. Dykes for QPR. I saw him getting a couple of returns lately, and he was like my fluke pick last year that did so well. And it's nice to see he's still keeping it up. So I think it's a good pick as well.
Yeah, Dykes was one that I was thinking of. Did he scored against? He scored in the last game, didn't he? I'm pretty sure, and he also got a brace in a previous game. QPR have been scoring a load of goals. Let's just have a look. Yeah, he scored. I think it was a goal and an assist.
Yeah, goal and
assist
before that.
Assist before that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If you actually on the Gaffr website, it's quite good. You can sort by last four games form, which is quite illuminating for a kind of up and coming asset. So Dykes is on 7 points per game the last four, which is very impressive. And Grant is someone that I had at the start of the season, then got rid because he wasn't really doing it at the time. But he got a brace against QPR. I think he got 3 goals in 2 games, including a brace against QPR. So he's looking really good, and he is proven at championship level. So I like both of those. Do you have any to add, Abhishek?
Yeah, I think I have a few names I have jotted down here, but I will only suggest what I was doing earlier is that I was looking at the fixtures, and from the fixture point of view, if we take, for example, say from this game 12 game week 12 to game week 16, the team that has nice run of fixtures are 2 teams actually. Luton has a nice run of fixtures, although they face Millwall away, but then in 13 and 14 they face Derby and Hull away and home respectively. So Adebayo, their the striker can be an option, cheap option. He's 6.1 million in the game. He has scored 54 points already, 5 goals already he has scored for the season. Yes, 2 are from penalties, but he seems to be Luton's main man for attack. Apart from other guys, they have Cameron Jerome as well, but I don't think he does much. He only is a supporting role in that team. Adebayo is their main man.
And he could have got a couple of goals against Bournemouth as well. I was watching those highlights. He missed some good chances. He's been getting lots of chances. So he's definitely one to consider, I think.
And also, the last time they were at home, they smashed Coventry 5-0.
Such a weird result that was.
Yeah.
I'm putting that down to just an anomaly. Like it happens in the Championship. You just have these weird results sometimes.
Yeah.
Was it midweek?
Yeah.
Or was it? Because I've noticed a trend as people saying like midweek is crazy. Don't look at the results from that.
Yeah, we were seeing this pattern from last season, because all the midweek results we were not expecting anything. No, this can't happen. But on the weekend, it back to normality.
Yeah.
So Adebayo can be an option. He has taken as of now 21 shots, 2.1 shots per game. So That's a nice option. And also I have Piro of Swansea.
That's a shout, yeah.
He's 7.2 million in the game. He also has 5 goals and 1 assist as well. 52 points. And Swansea also has a good run of fixtures. Yeah, not this week. This week
Cardiff,
they have Cardiff.
it's
Yeah,
not that bad. Cardiff have been
Cardiff are
shipping goals for
horrible in.
fun.
Yeah. I forgot. They have West Brom the next
Yeah, that's
40
tough,
game
yeah.
13.
Mhm.
So that's tough. Apart from that, they have a nice run. Birmingham in 14, Peterborough in 15, and probably Coventry
Yeah.
in 16. So he can be another option. So those two options seems like if you are looking to go go outside the template, as we can say, apart from those four forwards, then those two can be an option. And another option I have written down, who is also from Coventry, Gordon. He was injured, but the minute he returns back, the partnership of Victor and Gordon seems to be flourishing. He he is a 5.6 million forward in the game. Although he played 6 games, there is Matty Waghorn also in that strike,
I was
their
thinking,
forward line.
would they rotate quite a bit, maybe? Gordon
Yeah,
and
maybe,
Waghorn.
but I think when Gordon was injured, Waghorn was playing.
Yeah.
When Gordon was fit, Waghorn immediately got benched this game
Mm.
week. So that's an interesting one to look at, because at 5.6 million, we can, if Victor is performing like that, if Gordon can do that, then we can certainly see a Coventry develop in our teams, and then we can pour all that money onto our midfield, because somehow, some way, the midfield, high priced midfielders in the game will start to perform, the likes of
Yeah.
Wilson, Robinson, Mowat, and these likes of Zinkernagle is also 8.1 million in the game, and the returns he is getting, he is going to get a price rise soon. So
Yeah.
with that in mind, if we can see that 10 to 11 million to 11 total of 11 million pair of forwards scoring us bunch of points, then that will be a very good indication to go outside the template, outside the box. So Gordon is my outside the box shout. You can take a note about that. You can certainly put him in the watch list. But as of now, if you want ready-made replacements, if you don't want to have 3 premium strikers or those three out of that, you need to change something for your team. Then Adebayo and Piro for me picks them apart from the other two mentions you guys, Grant,
Yeah.
Dykes, those.
Just Just on
Yeah,
Coventry, it's really interesting. Coventry have won every single home game this season.
yeah.
Beaten
That's an
Forest,
interesting stat.
Reading, Borough, Cardiff, Peterborough, and Fulham. That's 6 home wins out of 6, which is incredible. And away from home, but they've got 3 away games in the next 4. They've got good fixtures, but they've got 3 away
Yeah,
games in the next 4. So I feel a little bit better
yeah.
about selling Gyökeres. So they've got Blackburn away, Preston away, Derby at home, Hull away. On paper, actually, there are some very good fixtures from an attacking point of view. So I do think he can definitely do well, and I kind of want to get him back
And
already.
yeah.
But it's hard to
Also,
drop
you can.
the others. But
Yeah, and
anyway,
also you can say that Blackburn is shipping goals for fun. They are
yeah,
not good defensively. Same goes for Preston.
yeah,
Yeah, you can say that Derby is doing actually a good job under Wayne Rooney in defense,
they are. Yeah,
because
they've been really good.
they are not shipping that many goals that we were expected of them. So ideally, their signings of Curtis Davies and those young aged centre backs have really helped them. And Hull is also so. I can see you bringing him Victor immediately back, but I can also
Might
see the outside point that yeah, they are not doing going. The fear of FOMO kicks in now. So
does,
that's
yeah.
what you
Yeah.
need to decide, that do I go with FOMO, or do I know I need to be logical about this? I
I
don't
I
want.
can't see myself going for one of these punts unless one of these 4 strikers actually falls off a cliff, because they're just so good. They're so consistent. I'm just looking at Coventry's away record though. So they have scored in 5 away games, just 2 goals in 5 games. So just I would bear that in mind. They seem to be a completely different team at home compared to away from home. Why that is, I don't know. Whether that's anything to do with them moving back into their new home and they're just so pumped to be back in front of their fans because they were at St Andrews last season. It surely can't be just that, though. I don't know what it is, but that is... And their away fixtures haven't been that bad. They've played Barnsley, Blackpool, QPR, Millwall and Luton. And they've only scored 2 goals in those games. 1 win, 1 draw, rest defeats.
Yeah,
So
you can argue with the Millwall fixture because they are solid defensively, and if last season performances on the basis of last season performance, we can say Barnsley, but Barnsley is not the old Barnsley, the Ishmael Barnsley that we were used to see last season. So yeah, apart from Millwall, they should have been okay, but yeah, that's a warning sign that they just scored 2 goals away from home. So
I'm
yeah,
getting
that's
like John Swift FOMO likeness here.
yeah.
Because like we have all these
Now
things that talks
yeah
against
now
getting him, and then
now
when we
Victor
get them, we don't
now
listen.
Victor will haul in next 2 games because the minute
Yeah.
we say John Swift, don't sell him. He scored a hat trick, right? So
Yeah, I should probably get him.
yeah.
I've still not got him. I need to get rid of Willock, and I kind of don't want to get... I've just got into this mindset, but I don't want to give in and get Swift because everyone has him. It's like I'm not going to make any gains to him now, and it's just stubborn, and it's probably bad.
Keeps on returning.
It's probably bad, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask you guys, but like, do you actually think we are talking about like differential options and stuff? But you talked earlier about Abhishek about like not going like punty before like 15. Should we just stick to the top 4, like rotating for fixtures like Viktor, Mitrovic, Bud, and Solanke because they are so good? Or should we like go punty because we don't really need money? The midfield picks are like not expensive apart from like Wallace and something.
Yeah, to back that, people will say that if you want to put money on that midfield, that say the likes of you want with Carvalho being fit, you want a double Fulham midfielders once again. So along with Robinson of West Brom or Mowat. Now Robinson is not on form, so you can say, let's say I take Mowat, Harry Wilson, and Carvalho with that midfield. So if I have all these, if I have forward line of Solanke and Mitrovic, I have to have some budget forwards to balance that team, to balance my team. Otherwise, there is no point because Fulham, if we are looking at the fixtures, Fulham has nice run of fixtures, and we know Fulham. They can easily score 4 or 5 on a day, and they can also lose. So I think if you are going into that direction that I need big at the midfield and I can save some money from there, and you don't think that I can do with one of Mitrovic and Solanke, then you can certainly look at that because forward option is the one place you can technically experiment with all those with if because basic majority of our teams have the top 2 forwards among that 4 forwards, so we can get those returns. For example, I have Mitrovic and I think I have Beriton Diaz. So that Sandro Thomas spot that I have, I can play with that. I can get Victor, I can get Pirro, depending on the fixtures. But if you have tied up money on that forward line, you can't pick punty options to basically derail your season right now because those has been your consistent returners. So if you if you get lucky, let's say we know that forward guys can score brace. It's hard to predict that midfielders will score braces as well. It's very hard because if they are apart from Wilson who can do anything from anywhere, he can score brace or 2 goals or hat trick even. But
I hope he does because he hasn't been doing it the last few weeks since I got him in. He's been disappointing.
But basically your forwards are your assured goal getters. So punt options, I don't think forwards you can take. If you have budget tied up in your midfield and you have low budget to some budget to play with in your forwards options, then certainly go for it. But I am tempted to not be punty on forwards, especially. I can punt with midfield and defense because they can cover it up. Because I will play four defenders, three of them can cover those punt move. But if you play, suppose say two forwards, one gets injured, that punt will not work. So that's what my thinking as of now. That when I say that, yeah, you can't take punts right now, but certainly if you have, for example, say the likes of Gordon, if he hauls in the next two games, you will be in good state, good head side. That yeah, I can go and a different side apart from Victor. If you so if I can make myself clear, I don't think I am talking like that. So that's what my mentality right now is, that yeah, if I can go, say let's say I can say a good at midfield, I have good midfield, bunch of four midfielders that I know that I will not change that, then you can go for punty options in the forwards. But basically, apart from that, no one really catches. Yeah, we gave options, the four types of dikes and those options, but apart from that, nobody will try to bank that now, break that combination right now. Because yeah, it we can say that Fulham had a freak result last week, the loss against them, so they will be again up for it to bounce back. So if you want to take the risk to take out Mitrovic now, if, with a chip on his shoulder, that yeah, we need to bounce back. So yeah, that's what I think. What's I don't know. I
I
think
think
I have talked too
what
long. So let's move on to the
I think
different
what makes it
topic.
difficult is all four of those good forwards have decent fixtures. I think Fulham have the hardest set of fixtures: QPR, Cardiff, Nottingham Forest, West Brom. But it's Fulham, and it's Mitrovic, so you're not going
Yeah.
to want to sell him. So it's quite hard to go
Yeah.
for these punts. I
Don't
think.
quote us on like get rid of Mitchell because if he scores like hat-trick next week, we don't
Yeah.
want that on our shoulders now.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's a good point, David. Really good point.
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
that's if you're real extreme.
okay.
Yeah.
If someone was to ask you, let's make this really simple, right? If someone was to ask you, pick one other forward out of other than those four to transfer in this and have for a few weeks, who would you pick?
Other than four.
I would pick.
Go on.
I would
Go
pick
on.
Piro.
Okay, he
My
does. He's involved in. He's got quite high goal involvement in terms of Swansea goals, hasn't he? Yeah.
I'd probably say like you talked to some. I got like excited for Luton when you talked about it. So maybe Adebayo. He sounds like a baller.
I think I would go Adebayo too, just because of a really good fixture run,
Yeah.
Mm.
and they are. I don't think we can expect them to score bucket loads every week just because of the 5-0. But yeah, he's been getting good chances. Yeah, I think I'd go for Adebayo as well.
Mm.
It's tough. It is really tough though with these forward slots. It's a bit of a cliche,
Yeah.
but we have just 3 forward slots. I tell you why I wouldn't go for Grant. I wouldn't go for Grant because he's a bit expensive, and West Brom they're looking quite inconsistent at the moment.
Yeah.
Some games they're on it. Some games they're
Yeah.
they're not looking that threatening going forward. So we'll see. Yeah. And we've been we've kind of touched on the second topic. We've talked a bit about team structure already, and kind
Yeah.
of gone into that. We haven't mentioned the defence. I think so. At the moment, a while ago, I had Furlong, Townsend, and Malone, and now I got rid of Furlong. Should have got rid of Townsend really, but anyway, I got rid of Furlong for McFadden to shift some funds into the midfield. Actually, I had quite a heavy midfield before I got Brereton and got rid of Morgan Gibbs-White. This is what I think. Tell me if you agree with this or not. I think we can probably shift some of the funds out of defence because there's some quite good value in there, especially around 5 million mark. You got like Smith from, you've got Flint, who's not been great, but you've also got like Smith, and you've got various kind of 5 million sort of forwards that are going to tick along with these half clean sheets. And I don't think any of the expensive defenders are looking very explosive. Like Malone, he's not really. I don't think he's got any attacking returns this season, and I've had him since the start. So I've gone off him. I was actually thinking of selling him soon, even before he got injured. Do you think we can maybe just have maybe 1-2 max in the kind of premium defender bracket and shift funds into midfield and striker?
I think so. It's like those defenders that you're like expecting to get like attacking returns and stuff. They are so expensive, but I feel like most of them haven't like lived up to their price tags. Especially not my start the season pick Baldock. He's been awful.
Yeah.
So I've finally got rid of that guy. That's it's such a
Good
relief.
riddance.
Yeah, but the thing is with my team, I'm not sure where I should put my money because like I have Furlong and Townsend and Laird who's 6.2, so I have like at least 27 million in defense, but I still have like 3.5 million in the bank.
Yeah.
Where should I put that? I have like it must be like in the strikers or midfield spots because I have like Mitris, Thomas, and Burton up top. And the thing I immediately see is like, okay, I need a better striker because my midfield is actually quite not like cheap because I have Wilson, Smith, Swift, and Sinknagel, Powell, who are none of them are like under 7 million.
Yeah.
So it feels balanced, but like I still have so much money in the bank.
Yeah, I think budget's not a massive issue this season. Actually, I mean,
No,
I'm actually, funnily enough, I'm on 0 money in the bank exactly right now, just because of the transfers I did last week. But that's the only time I've kind of felt tight for budget, and I'm gonna probably downgrade Malone and upgrade Willock, and then it won't be an issue again. Yeah, there's value. There's value in all positions. There's value forwards. Gyökeres, exactly. There's value midfielders.
I don't think you will find much times in this season that you're short of money because if you like want one expensive player in, for example, attack, you have so many value picks that you can like downgrade your midfielders or defenders to get that money. So if you just have 2 transfers or just take a hit, you'll probably get to what you want without like being 1 million short, if you know what I mean.
Also, I don't think there's a right and wrong answer in terms of do we have expensive strikers or do we have a cheaper striker and a heavy midfield. At the moment, I don't think it's clear cut because they're, I had a heavy midfield and I was happy with it. Now I've changed to a slightly heavier strike force with Brereton, Mitrovic, and Solanke, and I'm happy with it as well. I think it's all team dependent, and there's no right way to go about it. So, yeah. Any final thoughts, or should we go on to some questions?
I think we need to go some questions because you guys have covered all that.
Yeah, let's do some questions. So, is it you, Abhishek, who've got the questions?
Yeah, I have got the questions. Let me pick it up. Yeah, so are we ready?
Yep.
Yeah, so first question is from George at Jose's Bus Drivers, our good friend George. He says us that from his question, I think he has Jeeper keepers left in his locker. So he haven't mentioned in which game week he will be playing, but he seems to have sent us a question that is it worth using a transfer to get better keepers for Jeeper keepers, meaning goalkeepers with harder fixtures for more saves. So do you guys think that if I have played Jeeper keepers, but I don't think save points really matters here. I think I look at clean sheet points. That whether he will be getting half clean sheet points or full clean sheet points. I think the transfers of goalkeepers for if you are using Jeeper keepers relate to that. If you guys think otherwise, what do you guys thoughts about that?
I think it's just been a bit random, hasn't it, this season? Last season, I think I would have said kind of earlier on, probably is worth it. It's probably worth transferring out a keeper who doesn't make that many saves, maybe keep some clean sheets, but just no guarantee, to someone who's going to make a load of saves in the week you want to play Jeepers keepers. But it seemed very random, and I think save points have been quite hard to predict. Although we did look at the kind of the keepers that have made the most saves in the last pod. So if you want to have a quick look at that might be helpful. I think it's difficult. I think in theory, yes, I think it is worth making a transfer, especially to a keeper that has a good record of making lots of saves. So, for example, one of them was Ingram at Hull and made a lot of saves. But the problem if you make a transfer is you might be transferring in a keeper you don't want to keep long term. Then you've got to maybe make another transfer. It's just a lot of things to weigh up whether it's worth, because transfers are like points, and like they if you're making a goalkeeper transfer, it's slowing you down on other things. So I think it depends really what the state of your team is. If you've got a lot of problems in your team and you need to make transfers in your outfield to get rid of problem players, injured players, or whatever. If you've got a half decent set of keepers, just stick with it. But if you've kind of got that luxury of transfers and you feel like your team's in really good shape and you don't need to make any changes, then I would probably do it actually.
Yeah,
What do you think?
it's like it's funny because like this is the only game where you would like make a goalkeeper transfer for a chip, like or maybe in bench boost in FPL. But yeah, I'm not so sure I would use a transfer on if it wasn't like a very obvious week, but like both keepers had like amazing features because. Most weeks you would like want to attack the attacking players' fixtures, but as you say, if there's nothing else to do, sure, go for it. But I'm more in the camp of like having the two keepers you started with, and if they have good fixtures, then go for the chip.
I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Jeepers Keepers has been good. I think it's done really well in this first set. I wish I'm wondering whether I should have played it over part of the bus. I don't know. It's just seemed to have been quite reliable in terms of getting like 2-3 saves from each keeper.
Yeah.
Which has been quite good for a lot. I've seen a lot of monster scores with Jeepers Keepers. So,
yeah. Not like last season where we got 150 plus Jeeper Keeper scores. This season, as of now, in this part of Boost, we haven't seen that many. So hopefully we will be seeing those nice scores in more.
We need some doubles for that, and there actually won't be unless COVID kicks in. There won't be many doubles. There'll be a few when the FA Cup comes around, but not
maybe it's like the pitches freeze over again. Maybe.
Yeah. So that was George's question, and I think Joe, you are in the yes camp. So he's an extended version of his question is that if you think yes. Could it potentially be worth using 2 transfers to get the 2 keepers you want? Is that an option, or you say no? That's not.
Not for me. If you've got more, it's a bit of a pain to have the money to upgrade him and then downgrade him again. I just stick with more. I'd only change the other keeper, if anything.
Same.
Yeah. So basically, George, I hope this answers your question. So basically, if you have your starting keeper, then maybe 1 transfer makes sense to do if you are planning to do cheaper keepers. But if you are not, so don't think about that much. If you we don't think that the keepers transfers really definitely depends on that much of saves, clean sheet points, go for it. So think that sums your questions, that if you can do that, but not one too many, not 2 transfers. You can't use 2 transfers to change your keepers just to play that boost. You can go with your bench keepers as well. So that's George's question. Next question is Craig Kemp, the man on pod, one half of the 4 guys that do the man on pod.
A quarter of the 4 guys.
Yeah, 4 guys. So one half.
Sorry,
of
I'm being really picky. I'm being very pedantic.
Yeah, you're the math guy. We talked about this before we started.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, he asked us that he has held 2 premium strikers all season. Is there a case for dropping to 1 to be enabled to spend more in midfield?
I'm going to check. I'm going to actually see if I can find his team and check which 2 strikers there are. But they're probably Mitrovic and Solanke. I think it's because he's in like.
We got to stalking Craig Kemp's team. That's fun.
he's in at least one of the mini leagues I'm in. There we go. Wait.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Yeah. So David, you can take the answers.
Yeah, it's Mitrovic and Solanke as we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about this a bit, but it depends on who you're getting, for sure. The good thing about getting rid of the premium strikers, you suddenly have lots of money to use on your midfielders. So I had Jed Wallace for most of the season because before he got ready and he got injured. But I probably should have kept him because he kept going. But it helped my squad structure. But if you want someone like him for 1 week or 3 weeks, and you see they have amazing fixtures, then yeah, go for it. It's I think that's a good deal if you can do that without a hit at least, because you get so much money out of one striker.
It's definitely viable for that reason. I completely agree. Solanke's giving me a headache because he's not explosive at all, but he's very consistent. He's scoring, a goal on a very, very regular basis, and there is a part of me that wants him to. I want to sell him in a way, but he's just ticking along, and it's really hard to justify selling him.
For me, it's do I get him back again?
Yeah, it's so hard to move back, and if I was to move to Victor, and then he stops scoring, and I've redistributed the money elsewhere in the team, suddenly it's just impossible to get back. Yeah. So, I think it's hard to give a clear-cut answer.
I think you can say that, if you are taking out, then you have to look at what the guys you're bringing in, depending on the fixtures, what you think about that. If you are feeling confident that, if I take out, for example, Solanke has a dodgy fixture in Stoke, Brighton, Bristol away. So, if I can take him out and put for, let's say, I want to bring Harry Wilson and someone else like that. So you can do that, but I whatever, as Joel mentioned, you will be having that fear that if he hauls, then I will be getting him back soon. So in that way, your plan will not work. But if you certainly feel confident about your transfers, that I can bring that player, I can replace with him, then certainly go for it. But as of now,
and I also thought of something. If you have to use a hit to get him back after you just got him out, and the player got maybe 5 points, you've realistically not gotten many points out of the transfers. So maybe you should have kept it as it was.
I'd also take fixtures with a pinch of salt. I think you've kind of seen that form over fixtures is even more prevalent here than I think it is in FPL. I think just look at Victor, he just gets a brace against Fulham. I think it's quite hard to find a sustained run of bad fixtures in the Championship. One where you'd say, actually, these fixtures are bad enough that I don't want this asset. Especially the top assets seem to be good at returning against a lot of, even the top teams. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, just look at maybe Powell. If you look at the fixtures going forward, they have Sheffield United, Bournemouth, Millwall, Cardiff next 4. And in FPL, FPL you would he's not getting returns, but he's Powell, and
he's just scored against West Brom.
Yeah, you can get the goal in every one of those games, so you can't predict it as much in as other games. So
I think
maybe just
I think one needs to look at that. Is he the main guy for that team, for that said team?
Talisman,
if he's always if he's their talisman, if he takes all the free kicks and the penalties, then certainly go for it. Even if in a bad fixture, if they lose one goal, for example, like Morgan Gibbs White did, even if they lost the match, but he ticks along. So that's, if you are focusing, so if you are going for a talisman, then certainly go for it. But I don't think that fear, it literally kills you, because in Gaffr points are heavy. Those points are really hard to come by. If you are getting substantial amount of points, then I think my vote will be to stick around for that.
Cool. Let's have another.
Yeah. So third question is from Tom. That's at Whitebeard FPL. I think he's in his deep sleep now. So let's answer his questions. He has asked that Blackburn players, buy or ignore.
Presumably he means apart from Ben Brereton Diaz, who we all know is amazing.
Yeah, he didn't mention, so I am hoping he has Ben Brereton Diaz. I think who in Gaffr, if you don't own Ben Brereton Diaz, then I think what that will be a surprise to me because
See,
he
you
has.
can't criticize my Victor move now. If you're going to say that, if you say if you'd be surprised if you don't have Ben Brereton Diaz. Well, I didn't have Ben Brereton Diaz, and I got Ben Brereton Diaz.
Yeah, yeah. So
It's wrong either
yeah,
way.
so yeah, presumably he has been buried in there. So do we look at anyone else from Backburn, or we just ignore?
Yeah, we asked that question, and yeah, we have. I saw Darren did like from the Man on Pod,
Yeah, yeah.
Tronok. He put it quite easily. Diaz, Kaminsky, done. That was it.
I think that I don't really understand the Kaminsky thing. He's 5.7 million. That's very expensive.
Yeah, who is he? I haven't even heard that name before.
He's their keeper. So
All right, yeah.
yeah, I
Nah.
no, not for me. I think Pickering left back, right, 4.7. I actually
Yeah.
thought about getting him in for Malone
Yeah, me
last
too.
week as part of my 2 free transfers, but didn't in the end. Thank goodness.
Yeah, they were horrible.
But yeah, he's got an attacking return or two in him and putting some bonus in him. He's doing quite well. If Gallagher, if Gallagher was a midfielder, maybe, but he's a forward. I wouldn't.
Do they
probably
have like good midfielders at Blackburn, or is it just a striker?
Dolan's
They have-
Dolan's pretty nailed, and he sometimes plays quite far forward, sometimes up top. But I wouldn't go for a midfielder personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom, it's either Ben Brereton Diaz. If you don't have him, then get him. That's one player you can't ignore. And apart from that, maybe if you are feeling bold, then go for Pickering. Otherwise, no one else. So let's move on to question number 4. It's from Paul at FPL Glasgow. So he's saying that is any upcoming fixture he's has sent 2 questions. First is any upcoming fixture swings. So he wants to know about any upcoming teams who he can target. And second part of that question is it who are the players on our watch list that could perform over the next few weeks? So first, let's go with
Fixture
Joel.
swings.
Yeah, fixture
I
swing.
looked at. I'm looking at features now, and the one that's jumping out at me immediately is Preston. They have 3 home games in the next 4, and 3 of them are like bright green on the website. So that's
Yeah,
the fixture overform / good players thing for me though. So I don't know.
Derby, Coventry, Blackpool, Luton.
Yeah, and
It's
Huddersfield
not
as well.
that
There's
easy
many,
though, is
there's
it?
many,
Really, Coventry and
no.
Luton aren't easy.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
the
actually a
thing is-
lot of teams that have like 3 home games in the next 3 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, Preston, I don't think any players jumps out. Have
No.
you? Yeah. So you need
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like seeing just get one player from Blackburn, we shouldn't get anyone from Preston.
I just want to say something on Blackburn. I haven't seen anything
Yeah.
of him play or noticed him in highlights particularly, but I noticed that Buckley, for 4.5 million, has scored 6.25 points per game week in the last 4 games, and he's playing at number 10, so he might be a cheapie. Just putting it out there, but I'm not. I don't know anything about the guy. I'd ask a Blackburn fan maybe, but
Maybe
he's-
Ronak.
just putting it out there.
He's a bad one for a minute. Yeah. Yeah. To answer his first question, fixture swings. I think Coventry has a nice run of fixtures for next 4. I think Derby has a nice run of fixtures. I don't know if apart from Curtis Davis, you will be going to anyone else. I
Could have a
don't
defender,
think
couldn't you? You could.
Yeah, Curtis Davis is a defender, so he's I think 4.7 or 4.8 million price. So you can take a look at him because Derby has a nice run of fixtures and they are defensively good. They are not that bad that we have been expecting or predicted at the start of the season. And also you can look at Luton. They also has a nice run of fixtures. Hull, I don't think
They've got a
they
great
has
run,
an
but it's Hull.
yeah, but it's Hull. You don't expect they sometimes when you least expect them, they make they take a bag out of their tricks. So Yeah, Hull you can look, Luton you can look at, Derby you can look at. Apart from that, nothing really stands out to
What do you
me.
think about Huddersfield? Because like I'm debating getting rid of Sorba Thomas for like Adebayor or Gyökeres, but they have like Hull, Birmingham. That's better, good too. But are
I'd
those
get
good
rid.
fixtures for them? Yeah.
I'd get rid. Maybe you could keep him for Hull, but I said it weeks ago. He's playing wing back. He's going to pop in with. He's going to
Yeah,
get he's going to get returns. He's going to get assists. Like at times,
He's my
he's
like
going to get.
Solanke because I just hope he scores sometime, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's going to do. He's going to do all right, but not when you compare it to the forwards you could have instead. That's my
Nah.
opinion on him, anyway.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In terms of
So
negative fixture swings going the other way, by the way, two that I've spotted.
yeah,
Birmingham have a bad run of fixtures. If you have any defenders, or if you
mm,
have like Bella or Chong, or even a striker, even West Brom away, Huddersfield away, Swansea at home, Middlesbrough away is not brilliant. And Cardiff have got Swansea
Yeah.
away, Fulham away, Middlesbrough at home, Stoke away.
Flint
That's
owners
tough.
look away. Ouch.
So I'm just going to bench Flint every week, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll keep him, but I'll just bench him.
yeah.
And Stoke have a couple
So
of tough fixtures, but David mentioned that earlier.
yeah, so that's first question answered for you, Paul. Second one is, who are the players on your watch list that could perform over the next few weeks?
Hmm.
So who's gonna go first?
See, I've not really thought about it. It was Cornick, and then I bought him. Probably Billing
Have you
seems
ever
to be.
talked about
Go on,
like?
go on, David. You go while
Go
I have
on.
a
Yeah.
think.
I'm just looking at the top scorers in the game at the moment, and Samura from Bournemouth. He's like over both the West Brom defenders who we all have. Maybe he's a pick. Maybe.
Elias Chair has been very good.
Mm,
He got a
Yeah.
brace, and then he got a goal last game, I believe, as well. He's been doing very, very well.
possible Willock replacement.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
7.5, which is a fair price, I think. Billing, maybe he just keeps nabbing the odd goal, doesn't he? And Patterson he's the fourth highest scoring midfielder somehow, and nobody's spoken about him at 6.7
What?
this whole season, and he's just
How?
popping up at fourth in the midfielder rankings, which is crazy. So maybe we should consider him, but no one's talked about it, and I would never
Yeah,
have considered him.
and he's also in the nice price bracket of 6.7 million. So that he can also be a replacement for your Willock.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or
If you guys had Gibbs White, would you keep him or sell him?
I am
What
on
the
the
fixtures?
edge. I will keep him because he seems to be the guy who does all the things for Sheffield United. At least makes their attack tick on the attacking third. Apart from Sharp, and Sharp is he's a so. Apart from them, nobody really stands out for Sheffield United. So for me, as of now, he is a hold, and he also is on corner duties as well. So apart, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at Nottingham Forest now with Steve Cooper in charge. Their wing backs, Spence and Lowe, they both are 5.2 and 5.1 million respectively.
Yeah.
If they perform like last season, Bidwell and Roberts, if they become those the demo of those two,
I think
and
they'll
with
concede too many goals for that, but they could get attacking returns though. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Also, they have the not yeah. Graben is not a type of striker that will give you like the likes of Low and Ayu gave Swansea the goals. Graben is not like that, but they have Zinkernagel, they have Spence Low. So with if in the January transfer window they sign someone or at least grab for that time grab and keeps hold of his shape, then I think Nottingham Forest can be a nice surprising team to target now because they are hot. They are really hot assets now because
Yeah.
since Steve Cooper came in, they have totally transformed. Their attacking returns, attacking stats have increased. Yeah, granted, defensive stats have stayed the same, but their attacking stats have improved. So if you're looking for, as we say, punt picks, as I said earlier, punt picks, then or cheap punt picks and reliable punt picks. Low and spins are reliable because they starts. They are not rotating fullbacks. So if you want to invest some downgrade any defenders, the likes of Baldock, the likes of um, Rob, who is the West Brom defender, Townsend, because Reach now plays at left back. Townsend has become left centre back, so it doesn't attract that many points like
Yeah.
it was doing earlier in the season. So you can sell him and downgrade to Nottingham Forest defenders if you are looking for that. So those player, Nottingham Forest is my team to watch out for, especially in the next couple of fixtures.
The next two are good, Blackpool and Bristol City, but then it stiffens up with Fulham, QPR, Sheffield United, and then it becomes quite good again. So it could be one that you could wait and see how they get on in the next five, and if they are looking like they will sustain this run of form, and it's not just this classic new manager bounce, you could maybe jump on them in like 17.
How long will that manager bounce last, do you think?
It's impossible to say, isn't it? It's so hard to say because Steve Cooper is a good manager and he could continue to provide results. I may still get Spence for Malone this week. It is still he's definitely in my thoughts because I'd like to get rid of Malone, injured or not injured. So, but I think they're definitely ones to at the very least have on your watch list. I completely agree.
So there's I think answer your question, Glasto.
Do you have one more?
Thanks. Yeah, I think one or two more we have. One from our good friend Benno at Benjo BD. He's saying, is it good to have three players from the teams who are currently at the top or near to the top of the table in your squads?
As in like triple ups?
Yes. Let's say you have triple up Fulham or triple up West Brom, triple up Coventry, whoever has triple up Coventry, I don't know. Basically, most of the guys have triple up Fulham and triple up West Brom. So, is it good to continue with that strategy, or is it time to come out of that strategy? Basically, I think that's what his question is.
Depends on the rank.
Before you answer, bear in mind he's 25th, so he's he's near the top 25.
That's very good.
So
I think that if it's talking about his team, I would just stick because they're performing and he like wants to stay at the top. He just should keep what he's doing right.
I don't often think about like triple ups on teams unless it's like a really obviously good fixture run. I just tend to kind of judge each asset on its merits individually. I guess one of the things I did think about was with Fulham, like I wanted to have Carvalho, Wilson and Mitrovic at one point. It's only in kind of when it's clearly a top team and they've got a good run of fixtures that I really think about triples. The rest of the time it's not something that I think about very much, which may be a problem. Maybe I should think about it more as a fantasy manager. Because I ended up with triple Coventry until I saw Victor. I had triple Coventry, and that didn't concern me because they were cheap and good. They provided good value, even if I had to play 2 or 3 of them every week and worry, maybe they're not going to keep up this run of form. But that's just my approach, though. I don't know whether.
Yeah, I think if he has, let's say, for example, Coventry, what we have was goalkeeper Moore, then defense we have either McFadden or Dabo, and up top we have Victor. So if you balance those forwards in different positions, then I think it's okay to have triple ups, not like double defense, one midfield. I don't like that.
Do you know what I just noticed? Talking about triple ups.
What?
I have triple Coventry.
That's all right. That's what I'm saying.
No. Because the problem is I can't get Victor.
One of them's not Victor. Oh, who are they? Who are they?
Moore, McFadden, and the 4.0 guy, Joe Bello, that I just got from the start of the game. So that's talking about triple ups. That's not good at all.
That's what I was saying. If you have
what did I do now? I just
If you
noticed
have
this.
if you have
Ah,
one player in each position, then it's all right to keep it. But if you do go double up defense and one goalkeeper, that doesn't help
Oh
anyone
no,
or yourself.
no, David.
So
yeah.
yeah,
I didn't think commentary would be like good before the season started.
It's the value that, and they've been so good. They've just been amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, and I backed myself into a corner as well because I was either taking out Ward or that Joe Bello guy because I wanted to get in Powell a few weeks ago, and the only way I was going to have Powell in was with taking out Ward, and I didn't even think about like, oh yeah, maybe I want Victory down the road, but like,
You may have to
if I
solve
want
that one at some
him,
point.
I just have
yeah,
to get rid of with a hit, and if I want him.
Yeah. Just one other
uh,
thing to mention as well is, another thing to consider in terms of triple ups is there's only really one team that is really proving worthy of one at the moment, and that is well, actually, I was going to say that is Fulham, but I've changed my mind already. Just saying that they've been really inconsistent the last few games. They've been really inconsistent. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's any team actually in the Championship that you look at and you think they are on such good form that we should triple up on their assets. So it would be a different story if there were like three standout teams and they're all doing amazing, and it's like we've got to have three assets from each of these teams. But there's enough assets around the league, and there's enough inconsistency even in the top teams, especially as it's such an unpredictable league, the Championship. Some seasons you get like a Norwich that run away with it and you need triple. Other seasons it's not like that, and I'd say that's one of those seasons. So I'd say you don't need
yeah. I
any
think
triples.
the reason why he sent this question, I think he's a Stoke fan, so I think he had the Stoke goalkeeper, Powell, and I think a defender.
You
That's
may
why
be onto
he.
something there.
Yeah, yeah. If I try to come out of the defender, if so, no, I presumably he has Norrington Davies, I think, or Smith, whoever
Norrington
he
Davis
has.
is Sheffield United,
Oh,
so
Norrington
it'd
Davies,
be Smith.
Sheffield. Yes, Smith.
He
Smith
he was
gets
there
like
last season. Norrington Davis, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yes. So basic. So I think the reason for his question is that he's trying to move out some of the different, I think, defender or goalkeeper needs to move out because he is not moving Powell out if he has
Okay.
Powell because he's
Nah.
sticking alone.
No, yeah.
So yeah, so I think that's why. So in short, in a nutshell, if you have spent the money across all positions, then it's fine, you can hold it up. But if you are going double defense or double midfield, then it's time to come. It's time to sell one of them. So hope that answer your question, Benjo. And last one, it's from Oritravo at Eritravo Audi in Twitter. He says, "Who are the two best defenders to own, in your opinion, who has a good game week 12 fixture and a decent away fixture in game week 14?" So I think he's playing away days in game week 14.
And potentially part the bus in game week 12. Potentially,
Yes.
if he's singled
Yeah.
out of that game week in particular. Let's have a
Yeah, he
look.
has single. Yeah, I
12
think
and
you're
14.
right because he has singled out a defender. The two who are the two best defenders. Two best,
Two.
not one, two best. So I
Okay.
think he's definitely playing Park the Bus in game week 12.
Dare I say it,
So
but Preston have Derby at home at 12 and Blackpool away in 14. I probably wouldn't advise going for Preston because they're just bad. But
yes.
if you're looking for the best fixtures, I'd say that maybe. Anything else jump out?
Yeah, if you don't have a double West Brom defense, then I would suggest getting those because like they have Birmingham in 12 and Bristol at home in 14.
But they're looking.
So yeah,
He's looking for an away player in 14.
away
though.
player. Oh yeah, that doesn't work.
Maybe
Away
Stoke
players.
defender, Sheffield United away. They could keep a clean sheet in that,
Yeah,
and then
maybe.
Millwall away in 14.
One defender
I'd say
that
Stoke.
stands out to me while I was researching for his question is Swansea. Swansea has Cardiff at home and Birmingham away.
It's okay. It's okay.
Laird can be an option, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
if he starts.
6.1, that's very much.
Is
If
he
you
is
have
he a
the
secure
budget,
starter?
I thought he was.
I think so. I think
Why? I
so
don't know
because
why he was out the team.
yeah, and before he and he their Swansea's coach had to bring him in so that they have some attacking options because nothing was working before halftime. They don't have any shots, I think, as of whatever I have seen in the highlights. They didn't took any shot in the first half. So he had to bring him. So I think Laird can be an option. Apart from that, he says away, and away Hull has a nice fixtures, but it's Luton away, and we all know how Luton is at home. So there's a red flag for you.
I wouldn't.
Apart from that,
The other one that's
nobody.
maybe maybe a Middlesbrough defender like is Dijksteel fit? Bowler, maybe Bowler, although it would be expensive because Peterborough at home in 12, Cardiff away in 14 is not bad because Cardiff aren't scoring many at the moment.
Paddy
Yeah,
McNair maybe.
Yeah,
He's like
great
yeah,
shout.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had him before he got injured and then he got straight back again. He
Yeah.
seems like a good player.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that probably
Also,
exhausts it.
yeah. Also, Reading has a nice fixture. Barnsley and Blackburn away.
They'll concede
Barnsley,
They'll concede at least 2 against Blackburn though, won't
yeah,
they?
that's
Yeah.
yeah. And Brereton, yeah, you can't
For sure.
let up. Yeah,
It's probably a Stoke defender like Smith, Laird for
yeah.
Swansea,
Swansea and
maybe a Middlesbrough or Preston defender.
Yeah.
McNair, yeah, McNair. So there's
Yeah.
your three options. Sorry, Travo. So that's it. That's all the questions we have.
Right, so let's quickly just talk about our thoughts for game week 12 and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
Wrong
Mm.
thing. There we go. So, okay, so there's my team.
Mm.
I don't know what I'm going to do really. Basically, the 2 players I want to get rid of are Malone and Willock, and I'm happy with the rest of the team as it is. Whether I take a hit to just get rid of both now, I don't know. With that tough fixture for QPR, and also Willock's been playing wing back last couple of games. I think it was because McCallum and Wallace were both injured, so he was filling in there. But yeah, like Malone replacements potentially Spence probably or Smith are the 2 main ones. And Willock. Thing is, I don't really know where I'd go to from Willock. Maybe Swift, maybe like a Christie of Bournemouth because he's been chipping in with assists. Zinchenko or
Maybe
Billing.
chair.
Yeah, I think I will
Maybe
go for it.
chair.
So I don't know. I could just do the Malone transfer. I could take a hit. I think I'd want to upgrade Willock, so I don't think it will either be doing a hit or just downgrading Malone this week. In terms of captaincy, probably Brereton because he's playing Coventry away, or Solanke, but I haven't really decided. It's quite a tough week. I think it's going to be quite a tough week for captaincy. So that's me. Yeah, not much, nothing more to add to that. Next is Abhishek. Yes, Abhishek.
Yeah. So likewise, I don't have a clue what to do. Maybe the Malone and Willock issue that like you have, it's also bugging me because I have not reached. Malone is most probably injured. Hopefully he will be back, so he saves the transfer for us. But in the 2 weeks, I don't think he has been called up to any international team. So hopefully he will be fit by the time game week 12 arrives. So for Willock, I am looking at either Chair or Christie.
Chair, yeah.
That's yeah, Chair or Christie. Yeah, I'm looking at. Apart from that, I think I will be holding Sorba Thomas for one more week because I don't want to take a hit this week. If Malone is out injured, then I have to take a hit for him. But I will. I'm hoping he's fit for because he plays Luton at home, so that's nice fixture. So I hope he will be fit by the time Game Week 12 comes around. So yeah, that will be my only transfer. Willock, I will definitely be taking him out for either Chair and Christie. And as for captaincy wise, I think it's gonna be either Brereton or Mitrovic. And if you are feeling very Nottingham Forest plays Blackpool. So if you have type of Zinkernagel, you
Zink
can
captain.
put Captain Zink. I think David will do it
He's tempted. I bet you're tempted, David, aren't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Nottingham Forest plays Blackpool, so yeah, I can look at a tie like Zinkernagel, but I don't own Zinkernagel. I can go for Johnson as well. He's similar attacking return. He have the potential to get similar attacking returns. Not maybe to the level of Zinkernagel, but at least he can take along the box. So those three will be my captaincy options for the week. Probably I will stick to the safe pick of Mitrovic because
Very
Fulham
nice.
needs to bounce back.
Yeah, true.
So yeah,
Very good.
that's me.
David.
Yeah. I can't believe, Abhishek, that you went for forced midfielder and didn't go Sinclair. Have you not listened to the pod, man?
No, I was waiting for you to bring him first. Then I will bring
Okay.
Zinkernagel eventually. I will bring him.
It takes a
Yeah.
little bit more to convince us to get
Yeah,
Zinkernagel than
Yeah,
it
you
does for
don't
you,
have
probably.
the prehistory with
One
Elitserien and
one return
stuff.
equals in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
but yeah, my plans. Wow. I feel like my plans haven't been made for me now, because I just noticed the Coventry thing. Ugh, so irritating. I don't know. I was thinking about Thomas out because even though it's a good fixture, he's still playing on the back. And I was
yeah.
thinking about Victor, but now I can't. So I'm not sure, man. Do I get rid of the 4.0 midfielder Coventry guy for who's that 4.6 Luton guy again? The one you got, Joe.
Oh. Oh,
I
what, the
think it's
midfielder?
Cornick.
Yeah.
He's
Cornick.
5'7". He's 5.7, Cornick.
Yeah. Okay. Cornick. Yeah.
You'd never think at the start of the season that this is a problem we're going to have. I've got too many Coventry
No,
players.
that's crazy. How? Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe I have to get either take out that midfielder for Cornick and play him over Thomas, or get Adebayo. But then again, that makes it harder to justify
Tough.
going right back to Victor again. So yeah, I don't know, man. At the moment.
You might just have to just deal with having no Victor, because it's quite hard to transfer out those guys because they're all cheapies.
Yeah. Should I just
Think
roll? Maybe I don't
think
know.
Could do.
think you
Solid
can
team.
do. Think you can do Thomas to Adebayo this week and hold Victor off for until you take another your Coventry leg
Yeah,
out.
That
I
might be
can maybe
better than him.
I can gamble on Coventry not being good away, because we have seen that last
Yeah,
season.
Three away games in 4 coming up.
It would
yeah.
be a good differential, just going against the grain a bit.
Mm,
Yeah, maybe I have to. Yeah,
yeah.
thinking about captains, yes, I'm debating Sinkernagel. He's my emergency captain for a reason. And I'm not sure if I'm bold enough to go against Mitrovic as captain again. But
Yeah.
it's a bingo if
It
he
really
gets
is, isn't it?
So
Mm,
I don't know. I'm at least sure that Burton will be one, either vice captain or captain, most probably captain, and then just Sinkernagel vice captain. Yeah, I feel like Mitrovic captain is boring, but it's just so soul destroying when it doesn't
Yeah.
when they don't have captain on in at least vice captain. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah.
uh, at least I have him. I think most do, but yeah, I'll have to think about
Yeah.
it. We still have much of time, so.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
when's
Well,
the next deadline, by the way?
I
It's
think in 10 days time,
plenty of time.
Yeah, okay,
International break and all that.
nice. Yeah, I
nine
think that's.
days,
I'll
nine
have to
days.
think about it.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's a nice move. That's a nice move. But if you want Victor, then you need to ship out quickly.
Yeah, I'm not going to take hit for my fifth midfielder, I think, and
Yeah.
not, at least not for a Luton guy.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that wraps up the pod then. And yeah, do like the video, subscribe to the
Yeah.
channel if you haven't already, and yeah, hope you have a great rest of the international break. And
Do send us
Yeah,
questions as well.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Do send us questions.
I
yeah,
think
and
we're
if
hoping
you,
to do. Go on, David.
yeah, just go on. I will say that.
I was just gonna say we'll probably record a Super League. Well, we're thinking of recording a Super League pod at the weekend if we can. We may.
Mm.
It may be difficult in terms of availability, but we'll try because it's been a while since we've done one of those. So watch out for that as well.
Yeah. Also, if we can't be able to record, threads will come out. If we don't Yeah, if we don't find the time to record, then threads will be available. So don't
Yeah.
worry, guys.
Mm.
We've got you
I was
covered.
going to say, as it's
Yeah,
an international break, use the break to like take some time off if you want to.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fantasy game is fun, but it can be a lot if you're playing many different games at once. So yeah, use the break to take some time off and then listen to our pod, but just don't think about anything else.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I fully agree with that, David. I think I'm going to try and switch off from it over the next couple of weeks as well, and then
Yeah,
come
and
back fresh.
also like social media maybe because we saw like yesterday all things went down and
Yeah.
I don't think I maybe missed it so much. I just checked it when it came back up, but yeah, you don't need to be
yeah,
on it every time.
yeah. Yeah, I think we need to have a break sort of, because the players are having a break, so as we, because a lot of thoughts, a lot of plans go into on the on this game also. So we need to have some break, enjoy the weekend with the family, and that's all we can do. Why
Indeed.
fixate on those serious things every time? Just take a break, chill out, and then we will be back once again.
We will indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good international break, guys, and we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.